Hello everyone and welcome to this mod spotlight and content update for the Feral Fauna Majungasaurus by LapisLazuli's. So like I said, there has been a content update where there's been a couple of tweaks and changes to various things for the Majungasaurus, such as new HUD icons or changes to some of the utility items, but more importantly, it's an entirely new variant called the BLIGHTED Majungasaurus. Now, as opposed to the majungacorn, which is just a cosmetic variant, the BLIGHTED majunga is actually something that's got quite a bit more to offer and is definitely more focused on extinction. So I'm going to try and tame myself one today, because the taming method is different to the regular vanilla one. To the regular, default Majungasaurus. So, thankfully, we can find both the default one and the BLIGHTED one in Extinction. And I just want to quickly mention that this is my first time playing 5.5 since the update, so, fingers crossed, touch wood, everything goes nice and smoothly. And I've removed pretty much every single mod I have, except for Majungasaurus, Gigantophis, Cyphitherium, Wildcard, and Nucleus, although Nucleus, as it turns out, is not working at the moment. So, first thing I need then to tame myself a BLIGHTED majunga is I'm going to need some parasitic saliva, of which I can get from harvesting wild Majungasauruses, and these guys have a lot of babies. So maybe even more saliva then, let's find out. So when it comes to getting your parasitic saliva, the drop rate has been nerfed. It used to be quite common, whereas now it's more comparable to raw prime meat. Though I'm getting very lucky, I actually got quite a few parasitic saliva, fantastic. And you can also get it from tamed majunga as well, but that again's been nerfed, where you used to get 10 per gather. Now you only get 2 parasitic saliva per gather on a tamed one, but all good. I wonder, since it's similar to prime meat, would I get extra from the babies? I'm not sure that's just because I got more hits in or not. I definitely seem to get more actually. Okay, cool. So, I've got my saliva. Let's go ahead and drop off all of the prime. I have a cat on my lap, so I'm having a bit of a hard time reaching the keyboard. Here we go. So 34 saliva. As a refresher, the way that you tame a regular majunga is they're just a standard knockout tame, but they're resistant to torpor unless you cover yourself in saliva, and it lowers their defenses and thus will take full torpor from your weapons. But the BLIGHTED majunga is a slightly different story. Let's go ahead and find one. We can find them out about in the lower left corner of Extinction. So we can find the BLIGHTED Majungasaurus anywhere around the sulfur pits and the oil fields of Extinction. Although so far not having much luck, but I will mention that, I don't really get to play the game very often. And I've certainly not really seen all of this in ASA, let alone 5.5. And I've got to say, it's really cool actually. It was very oily. Oh, but there we go. Then we have ourselves a BLIGHTED majunga level 5. Oh, forget, really 5. But look at that. I do believe this may actually be the first corrupted modded creature. You're gonna have to correct me on that. I really cannot remember. I don't think I've seen any in ASC. So yeah, I think this is the first corrupted one, not including the placeholders for the Evo Rex and the Evo Giga. So that is cool to see. We'll have a proper look at that later, but I guess first things first, I don't want to tame level 5, that's a little bit weak. Yeah, these are tameable, by the way. Ooh, and it looks really creepy, but otherwise it seems to do, about default standard damage. Oh wait, is there a baby? No, that's a Dilophosaur. For a second I thought that was a baby BLIGHTED one. I was about to be very confused, but otherwise, yeah, okay, I think it's about standard. Let's just kill you then. And just double check, do you just drop corrupted nodules like any other? No, actually, you drop something else entirely. Just finish that off. So this one has just given me parasitic saliva. A different version. Well, like I said at the beginning, some items and such have been changed, so I'll go over all the new differences and such once we've tamed ourselves a BLIGHTED majunga. But let's find a slightly better level than 5 first. Oh, here we go. What level are you then? You are level 35. And there's a whole bunch of crap going on over there. Let me just quickly wipe out the area then. Thankfully, the majunga, just as a general creature, typically aren't that aggressive. They're like their Xenos, where they're only aggressive if you get too close, or otherwise, if they sense something on low health nearby, then they definitely do get more aggressive. As you can see there, it says it's a low health creature, so it's coming in to attack the Carna that's just standing there? No, I guess not. Oh, we've got 2 of them actually. What level are you? You are level 40. So as you can see, not very rare at all. Oh, these guys do have babies. Right, and it's currently stuck inside me. I have no idea if it having babies is intentional or not, but to be fair, the taming method is not difficult at all. I just would like to get unstuck before I talk about it. Hold on. So, in regards to taming itself in Blighted Majungasaurus, it's very similar to taming a regular one where they are another knockout tame, with an extra step, and don't worry, it's not too difficult. Now, just to quickly demonstrate, if I were to try and knock it out now, it'll take minimal torpor. In fact, in this case, it took 0. So, what you want to do is, if you look carefully, you can see it's got like these little boils on it. You want to shoot the boils off with any ranged weapon. And I'm currently using an assault rifle, but it's got 40 bullets, and I don't know if that's going to be enough. Ooh. Maybe because I'm mounted. Hold on. Right, so I want to try and shoot off one of the boils. And I'm definitely getting shots on it, but it doesn't seem to be working, though. Hold on, can I... Thankfully, it is healing, because they do also have, like, their natural, pretty effective healing. I'm just going to let it attack my Civatherium and just, you know, let that tank. There we go. Oh, there goes one. In fact, there goes 2 of them. Okay. And there you go. Okay, that is a sick, sick roar. And that roar demonstrates that it is now available to receive torpor. So I'm going to go ahead and get my saliva. This will now, the aggro and the Majungasaurus is fixated on me now. But this will now also lower its resistances and allow me to deal torpor, as you can see right there. And it really is that simple. So it seemed like the easiest case in the end was just allowing it to attack my creature. So get yourself like a tanky herbivore or something to to have that tank the Majunga while you shoot the boils off. And thankfully it does seem to be a case where the damage taken doesn't matter. It just, which is why I used like a primitive assault rifle. I just wanted more bullets rather than, rather than more damage. Well, ideally don't want to be attacked by it, but as soon as it gets high torpor, it's going to flee anyway. So let's go ahead and just, yeah, do that. And it will start fleeing. And, or it can run in circles, that's a lot easier as well. Oh, actually it's attacking back. You don't normally attack back on high torpor. But now you're unconscious. Hi! Oh god, you look so cool. And then, in terms of diet, I'm pretty sure they're the same as Carno's, so just regular kibble or otherwise like prime, regular meat, etc. Oh, okay, I don't think regular kibble was the right one for that, because I only gave it 3.2%. Let's find out. Okay, can confirm it is actually superior kibble, not regular. My bad. But yeah, superior kibble gave it a much greater amount, and since I'm on ×1 taming, just regular default, or otherwise just a whole bunch of prime meat. Oh no, the little baby one is still running around. I wonder, can I claim it even though... Oh, yep, you can, and it actually just gets rid of the little corruption bits as well. So it kind of cleans it up for you. That's cool then, so you can get babies, though I have a feeling, it's just a theory, that that's probably not intended and it'll probably get removed. But to be fair though, the actual taming mechanic is really not that difficult, so I don't think you really need to rush for babies, but nonetheless. As a quick little reminder for the Majungasaurus, these guys are excellent trackers. They are tracking dinos, so they've got 2 different stances. One is combat mode and the other is tracking mode, which we can switch to here by hitting C, and ooh, it's got a couple of new effects. So compared to last time, it didn't have this red haze on the you know, the camera, if you will. And the eyes are like straight up glowing in a really cool way. So these are all new features just to try and kind of improve the overall feel of the dino. Not to mention the icons themselves, the bottom left hand corner, I'm pretty sure are new as well. So just a bits of little TLCs to make this nicer. But otherwise, both tracking and combat stances improves the Majunga's capabilities in different ways, with tracking the main thing being the ability to track creatures. Which reminds me, so before we get into the actual cool things about the Blighted Majungasaurus, I just want to talk a little bit about some of the items. Previously, what you'd be able to do is you'd be able to use a Majungasaurus to bite a creature and track it, or give it a really, really long-lasting debuff. And when you're riding a Majunga in tracking stars, it will give like a thing on the screen to show you where it is. And what you can also do is learn the tracking dart at 55, which I believe is the same level as the Majunga saddle at 55. Get the tracking dart, cock it on your weapon, and you can then track things. You make it using saliva. You can track things with the dart, like so, and then your Majunga can now track it like that. And this, I'm pretty sure, has like a really large range as well, so go ahead and just clear that off quickly. Now what's really neat is that we now have the ability to purify said parasites or said saliva. Purified parasites can be made at level 82 or learned 82, requires a chem bench or a makeshift mega lab, and it requires blood packs, laser antidote, and parasitic saliva, which, like we saw earlier, is the thing that you harvest from wild or tamed. In fact, actually, ooh, hello. Saying that, can I get some from you? Right there, half a saliva, I got 2 of them straight up. And that majunga sure did just go running. So, the purified parasites, you can then eat those so you can track what is marked by the majunga. And this is what I'm curious about. So specifically, it lets you track things marked by the majunga. So go ahead then and just quickly mark you, which I believe is a right click when in tracking stance. So we're just going to switch over now and right click you. So yes, now it's tracked. If I dismount, as you can see, I can no longer see the tracking, but if I go ahead and eat the purified parasites, I can now see it tracked. Awesome. Now, what I'd like to find out is, now that I can see tracked targets, does it work with the tracking darts? Because it specifies in the description, you know, things tracked by the majunga. Does that include a dart as well? Let's find out. Oh, I actually landed that shot, and yes it does. So that does actually mean at level 82 you now have a method to track things without the majunga, although the majunga is definitely a lot more convenient. Oh god. There we go. So I was just curious, I want to check that out. Eee, little pustules are so gross. Oh, and I annoyed a sibling as well. Damn, they're really falling over heavy, aren't they? Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it in regards to the items off the top of my head. They are different versions between the corrupted ones drop a different coloured parasitic saliva than the regular ones, and I cannot remember why. But otherwise, let us move on to a safer area and take a closer look at our new blighted Majungasaurus. So then, first things first, let us compare all of our majungas. To the left we have our regular default one. To the right are the majungacorn, which, fun fact by the way, as of right now, since it's Pride Month, Lapis has decided to buff the majungacorn wild spawns by 10 times. So now majungas in the wild have a 10% chance to spawn as majungacorn instead of the regular 1%. So do enjoy that. And now we have the brand new blighted majungacorn, which you might have noticed is actually a little bit taller than both of these. So the blighted majunga, by default, is slightly larger, has slightly more HP, and is also slightly faster, which is saying something because when in tracking modes, these guys are already quite speedy. Now let's go ahead then and take a look. So I'm very keen on this one. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure this may actually be one of the first modded corrupted creatures. And I'm quite proud of this because I actually made this one. So thank you so much to Lapis, of course, for giving me the opportunity and the faith, because I believe this was my first proper corrupted creature. I have made a couple more corrupted since, all of which, you know, have yet to be put into the game. But this was my first shot at a corrupted creature. You will notice that it's not quite as 3D as the regular ones, because what I tried to do here was a very quick and efficient solution to try and introduce corrupted modded creatures to the game. So this is all done via textures. I've also painted this myself, which is something I don't normally get to say. So my corrupted texture, my paint, otherwise same model as previously, of whom I cannot remember who originally made the model. I know they're not someone who is very well known in the ARK community. It was actually someone I think not involved, but nonetheless they did I mean, you can see right here, they did a beautiful job on a Majunga model. And we have the primitive saddle, which is unlockable level 55. That was something that me and Loki both made. I blocked out the saddle, did the high poly, whereas Loki did the textures and the colours. And then we have the brand new industrial saddle. So this is unlockable at level 71, and it can only be equipped on a blighted Majunga. Oh wow, the things just get very red all of a sudden. Oh god. Well, that's really cool and all, but now I can't see the saddle very well. That's my first time seeing it in game. Okay, look, it's fine. Let's just move on then. Oh my god, the saddle's so cool. Okay, let me just move on then into this light here. So this is another saddle that I've made, and this one was retopped and textured by Nissus, or N-I-S-I-S. And this, so again, like I said, thank you Lapis for the faith and trust, because my first corrupted variant, and aside from Edmund Tony's flamethrower seats, this is my first industrial saddle, on my first metallic saddle. And like I said, Nissus was the one that textured it, so he did all the really cool rusted look. Oh, that's so cool. But otherwise, my first time seeing this in game, so bear with me, I'm very excited. Ah, that's so cool. And of course, Lapis designed it. Lapis is really good concept art. So yeah, altogether, this is awesome. I remember having such a hard time with this. Oh my god. The engine especially. My husband caught me modeling this, and so he wanted to contribute, bless him, and had me look up like actual jet engines to see how they form together. And it was just really cool. I remember this being really tricky. This was a big challenge, but I'm so happy to see like how it's all come together. Damn, Nissus did such a good job with the textures. It feels so rusted and beaten up, which is perfect because it's Extinction, you know, it's the wastelands. Oh, that's so cool. And how does it look with the player actually in the seats? Hold on. Oh god, camera went flying. Actually looks pretty good. Oh, that fits together really nicely. Oh wow, I'm so pleased. Oh, there you go then. So sorry if this like comes across as a bit bragging, but yeah, wow. My corrupted with my saddle. Again, massive contributions like by Lapis, Nissus, Loki, and the original Majungasaurus 3D modeler. I'm just excited. Right, enough about me though. So, oh, that is so cool. Right, so in regards to the blighted Majungasaurus, these guys, their entire gimmick is it being a corrupted dino. They deal twice the damage to corrupted dinos. So they themselves do a lot of damage, but you know how the regular Majunga has the two different stances? So we go and hit C, then I'll move from, you know, like the combat stance to the tracking stance. This time round though, if I do the cosmetic roar with the Majunga, which, oh, hold on, let's control. No, hold on a second. Oh, there we go. It was right to control. So really cool cosmetic roar, which I think is stunning and it's really, really badass. This is supposed to buff nearby dinos, here we go, and they will deal extra damage to corrupted dinos. As you can see, 50% bonus damage to corrupted creatures. That is significant. So the blighted Majunga works as a support creature to help buff your damage against other corrupteds. This will be invaluable during OSDs, element veins, I imagine probably even King Titan if you can survive long enough. Maybe just to help kill like the ads faster. I'm not sure the Titans count as corrupted, I wouldn't really count on it. But yeah, otherwise that is a really handy bit of utility. And another handy benefit is, as I'm mounted on the blighted Majunga with its industrial saddle, I'm also immune to the wasteland debuff. So that means I'm no longer constantly starving. I do want to find out, I got level 59 at Blighted Majunga. To a regular creature, I deal 60 damage. Let's go find ourselves a corrupted one. And by the way, holy crap, that looks amazing. Okay, doing 71, 80, oh, I'm doing this. Oh, that's right, I forgot. The Majunga also deals ramping damage as the creature gets lower health. There you go, so I did up to 104 that time. But otherwise, it seems to be that my base damage is about 60. Whereas there's Pteranodon, bearing in mind it's probably been damaged by the defense units, 190 of 211. So it is straight up double the damage. Plus, like, again, regular Majunga, I'm getting rapid regeneration, so I'm also healing while I harvest targets. Okay, I'm currently in tracking mode, and that means I get to move faster, but I'll deal a little bit less damage. I'm just curious. In tracking mode, did 39 damage to that Ankylosaur, and I see a probably full health corrupted Pteranodon over here, and to you I am doing, yeah, 70 damage. Nice. And if I go ahead and just switch over, oh, that's the wrong button, I'm now doing a really cool roar instead. Oh, that's so cool. That's such a good roar. But I'm gonna switch over to combat stance, and now I'm dealing, yeah, a good 100 extra damage. Okay, I know I was complaining a moment ago about how it'd have to storm now, but I gotta say, the industrial saddle and the corrupted Majunga, like, in this weather is such a vibe. Like, this feels so immersive. It's really, really cool. Hello, you. Let's go ahead and kill this corrupted Stegra as I deal... Wait, that Stegra just healed itself. That was interesting. But otherwise, we'll just keep on doing more damage to it. And yeah, just suddenly increased damage thanks to the You know, the whole deal more damage as the target's lower health thing. Oh, that's so good. That is such a vibe. I love how this looks. Oh, hello. I really love how this looks. Otherwise, I do think that's pretty much everything. Oh, one more thing is that you can get blueprints and pre-mades of the saddle in yellow OSDs. Now, I would love to go do an OSD, but one, video is probably already long enough. I think I rambled a bit too much. And two, I need to go do things. So bear with me. I'm gonna cut it short and not do an OSD, but that'd be fun for a future video though. I think what would actually be really quite fun is to get like a whole bunch of different modded creatures and just see how each one compares to an OSD, because we're getting more and more creatures that really excel in these kind of group setups. It's really cool, especially how the Suchomimus works as well. Not that that'll probably be very helpful in OSD, maybe against the Alphas actually. Either way, yeah, I'll wrap it up here then. Before anything, one thing I think I forgot to mention is that, you know, when you tame the blighted Majungasaurus, you're going to shoot off the little nodules. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but the amount of nodules in a Majunga does scale on the level of the wild Majunga. So let's go ahead then. I'm going to set you to passive. I'm going to go ahead then and cheat SDF. Does blighted work? Can I be cheeky and just do that? Let's go to 150. That did work. And now this 150, it should have more nodules on it for me to now shoot off. Just checking. Yeah, so I got ones on the tail. I got one there on its neck, which is now, you know, phasing into my Majunga. Hold on, let's go. Run around. Ah! Now you're attacking me instead. No! But you can see it does altogether have more nodules. So you can see why I wanted the assault rifle. There you go. In fact, let's just go ahead and just pummel it. See if I can try and cleave a shot in. This would obviously be a lot better and more controlled environment, but I'm just giving you a little demonstration. You know, you don't exactly come here for the tactics, do you? You come here for the knowledge. He didn't roar though. The Majunga's supposed to roar when it's able to receive torpor, and this guy did not do that. Oh god. Is there like another nodule somewhere that I might have missed? I don't think so. Not that I can see. Well, let's just find out anyway. Go ahead and tank the damage. You know, it's perfectly fine. I'm not going to die anytime soon. I probably will actually. Can you take torpor now? Yeah, it can take torpor. So if I didn't do the roar, I might have just missed it. But yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate quickly that you can indeed they do indeed get additional nodules. You have to shoot them a little bit more. But as you saw, it's really, really easy. A note, by the way, it counts as a corrupted. My blighted Majunga is dealing extra damage to the wild blighted Majunga. And likewise, it'll probably do more to me as well, actually. But doesn't matter though, because it's dead now. Okay, that's... Ooh, hello. That's all. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry it was a bit of a hectic, rambly episode. I'm a little bit rusty. But nonetheless, video? Nonetheless, I hope you've enjoyed it. Really massive welcome to Lapis for a really unique idea. It's a very nice, cool, and unique take. And I'm really excited to see it's finally in game now. I've been waiting for this guy. And I also want to mention that Wildcard by LapisLazuli's has also been updated. I'll be checking that one very soon as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this guy. Best of luck regarding 5.5. And I'll see you all again next time. Cheers.